Today, we'll be taking a look at the ice chute door motor on this Samsung French door refrigerator. Be sure to visit ApplianceVideo.com, where you will find thousands of repair videos on the latest technology. And for a limited time, you can save big on an annual membership and take advantage of all of our premium benefits. ApplianceVideo.com. Do it right the first time. Stop. Before beginning any repair, always be sure to disconnect the power to the appliance. It is also recommended to test the outlet for the proper voltage. Remember to also turn off the water. You will need the following tools to complete this repair. To begin, must first remove the lever and water dispenser so that we can access the components inside here. Now to remove your dispenser portion here, there are two Phillips screws located inside that have to be taken out. Make sure you use a hand screwdriver because it's just going into plastic. Drop that down here. Let's take out this other monster. All right. Now, again, we are working with plastic. Be very, very delicate. You'll want to pull down. You're going to start to pull it out. Your water line will slide out. And now at the top here is where our wiring routes through. So you're going to pull it out of the strain relievers. And then in the very bottom, we have a Molex. Reach in, pinch that Molex, and disconnect it. And we can set this assembly to the side. Now that we have that removed, we have clear access to our ice chute motor down here. Now, the main purpose of the ice chute motor is to open this flapper to allow your ice to fall through. So sometimes you can look inside here and you can see where it's visibly damaged and stuck open. That is a common problem with these. If it's stuck open, it will need to be replaced. Now, your seal portion is also part of it. So sometimes you'll get where the seal is kind of damaged on here too. That is also a sign that it will need to be replaced. Getting this out can be rather tricky. There are two screws, one on this side and one on this side, that are Phillips screws that have to be removed. And then just up at an angle, here's the first one, and the other one's right underneath the motor portion here. And I'll pull that out, and there's the second one. Now it will feel kind of stiff in here. You'll have to jiggle it around a little bit. And then when you break it loose from the back wall, you'll want to bring down the right side first. And when you bring down the right side, we'll want to pull the wiring out of the strain reliever on the side here. And then start to wiggle your entire assembly down very gently and pull it down, and now we have the whole motor assembly. Next, on the actual assembly, we have multiple zip ties that are holding on this wiring to the motor itself. What I want you to do is take a picture of how the wiring goes on here so we can refer back to it. And then we're going to start to pull these off. The ones on the end can actually slide off because they're just on almost little arms. So if it's too tight, like this one, you may have to cut it actually. So let's just cut that one. And then this one will have to be cut. Just be very careful since we are so close to the wiring. I don't want to damage that. Perfect. Now we have the rest of this coming out. Take another picture at the wiring inside of here. Then let's start to take it off. Get some needle nose pliers because these are actually locking Molexes on here. You'll have to press in on the tab to slide it out. So we get those out. Let's do the same with these other ones. Go directly in the center of the wire, pinch and pull out so that you're getting that locking pin. We're going to use a tack puller to pry off these and carefully pull them out and set your motor assembly to the side. To install our new motor, I'm going to refer back to the picture I took and start to reinstall the wiring on the top. And this one had the two insulated ones on the bottom, the blue going toward the outer wall, and the gray ones that correspond to that circuit on the top. Let's reinstall our Molex for the motor. It's so hard to get your fingers in here. All right, now let's start to gather all this wiring. I grabbed a couple of zip ties, and we are going to re-zip tie these wires how they were previously. In the start, we'll do this side. Get those tucked in there real nice. We left this one on, so I'm going to slide it around and slide that tooth back on. Actually, let's just go ahead and re-zip tie it. Let's put all new ones on. I'll make it a little easier instead of fighting with that. So we'll go around this first tooth on the back. Let's get that under there nice and snug and tighten it up. Let's put another one right here. I have to bring the wiring behind it. All right, so that is also that middle tooth here. And let's cut off the excess. Now, when installing the unit into the cabinet, we are going to start with the motor side up first. And we want to kind of guide that up into place. And then once you get in there, start bringing the assembly to the left here. And then slide in the Molex on the right into the strain reliever. There we go. And then we'll bring that out and start to just wiggle it back and forth and move it in, and then it will draw all the way up into place, and that's perfect. After that, we install the two screws. So let's do the first one on the right. And then let's do the other one on the left here. Now we can reinstall the dispenser. When reinstalling your dispenser, first we're going to reinstall the Molex. I'm going to bring it in an angle, slide this in here, and reconnect it. And let's bring our wires back through so they do not get chomped when we slide it back in. There we go. Sitting up there nice. Now, when we put this back in, the water line is going to go into a hole in the dispenser. So you'll bring it in at an angle, almost like that. Slide the water line in, and then we're going to kind of wiggle it back and forth, just kind of maneuver it in here. It takes a little bit of time, but you'll get it in. Eventually it should just slide on back. Make sure your water line stays in. There we go, it's starting to draw here. All right, now let's reinstall our screws. These screws go in pretty far, so make sure when you're done, you give it a jiggle. If it's loose, tighten them back up, and this will complete your repair. Thank you for watching another quality video from ApplianceVideo.com. If you found this video helpful, make sure you click the like and subscribe to our channel.